I'm Paul Brownstein. I'm an attorney here in Southampton, Pennsylvania, which is in Lower Bucks County. And we have a practice that does a general practice in Bucks County, Philadelphia, Montgomery County predominantly. We do other counties as well as the need may arise. However, today I'm going to talk about a particular part of our practice, which is something we do a great deal of, and that's handling family law, in particular marital disputes, divorce, and all the kinds of things that people get involved with when a marriage goes wrong, which unfortunately, maybe in half the cases anymore, they do. And so I'll be discussing briefly today divorce, how it happens in Pennsylvania, the issues that may be involved, and the kinds of things we have to deal with in that regard. There's much to talk about. I don't intend here today to say things that you could pass the bar exam, but hopefully you'll have a better notion than what you see on television, which mostly is things that happen in California, and California law on divorce and the like is a lot different than Pennsylvania. First of all, in Pennsylvania, we do not really ever bother to do fault divorces. A fault divorce is when somebody says, you're at fault, I'm innocent. While we have that in Pennsylvania, the old-fashioned things like adultery, desertion, cruel and barbarous treatment, what it sounds like, mostly people don't do that because it is not as easy to prove as people think. It costs a lot to have that kind of trial, and at the end of it, all you get is the right to be divorced. Nothing else happens, you don't even get divorced. You just get the right to be divorced. And for that reason, people instead anymore almost universally do a so-called no-fault divorce. No fault does not mean no contest. It means that the grounds for divorce is not that somebody's at fault. Rather, it means the marriage is irretrievably broken. You can't put Humpty Dumpty together again. When you do watch TV and you hear them talk about irreconcilable differences, that's California version of the exact same thing that here we call irretrievable breakdown. But of course, besides the fact that you may believe that, a court won't grant divorce unless that's true. So how do you prove that a marriage is irretrievably broken? Well, first, you have to say so. And that's the thing you do, and no matter how you do it in Pennsylvania, you start out by saying the marriage is irretrievably broken. That is the client's position. And when they say it as a matter of reality, that makes it so because they say so. But then to prove why it's so, you can do one of two things. You, if you're the client, and your spouse would each execute, that means a fancy word for sign, a document called an affidavit of consent. And what you are consenting to in that document, in fancier words, is that the marriage is irretrievably broken. If you both say that, the judge is going to say, I'm not going to argue, good enough for me, and then you have grounds for divorce established, and you can go on and do what you have to do to be divorced, a different topic than this. Well, you can't make a person sign that document. Not even you if you're the one that starts the case. With a few minor exceptions as to how maybe they can twist around that you're in bad faith if you don't sign it, mostly they can't make you sign it. And usually people don't sign it unless, of course, they get a deal they're happy with. People don't agree to be divorced when they're not happy with it unless they feel they're getting a fair shake. Well, people won't agree by signing consent. The other way you prove it is to say the marriage is broken, that's the first thing, and then prove you've lived separate and apart from each other for a long enough period of time. That period presently, since 2016, is 1 year. Before that date, it was 2 years. They amended it. If you were separated prior to 2016 December, well then, it's going to be 2 years. So if you got separated a day before that magic day, it's 2 years. Otherwise, if it's now, it's 1 year. And I guess pretty soon, it'll all be 1 year.